Hey, welcome to I'm Right, the pre-show. And as many of you know that come and to the show live, that this is just when we're checking out all of our technical things to make sure they're working properly. Now, we are just on YouTube now, so if you want to watch the show, you need to do it on YouTube. And we are live every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, and you can also watch replays at Jill's website, which is jillcoxcordova.com, and click the podcaster tab. Now, usually I discuss other things that we might be doing or that you can do during the show, but I think today I'm going to put myself on camera. Yeah, I'm on camera during the pre-show. So as you see, we have 3 minutes and 22 seconds to go before the show starts. But I did want to talk to you all a little bit about, we're going away. We're going away. We've been doing I'm Right since 2018. And it's been a great journey. But this is next to our last show. And we have no regrets for all the time we've spent doing these shows because we always try to promote positivity and love and togetherness and connectedness, because we do believe that we all are connected. At least I believe that, and I know. So since 2018, we've had a great journey, and we have met a lot of great people that were just amazing that we still have connection to. And I wouldn't trade it for anything. I wouldn't trade it for anything. And as I say, and Jill says, towards the end of the show, we always say, or at the end of the show, we love you all. Now, when we say that, it's just not that we're talking. It is something that we truly feel. We love you all. Everyone that is watching or listening in just audio, we really do love you all, because this is what we're supposed to be as people. We need to spread love for everyone. And for those of you that have been following us since 2018, you know that we've had many different shows. Of course, I'm Right has been the longest one, but we've had many different shows. So we've had I'm Right. We've had another show. So it's Poetic People Fighting Racism, which was a show I did myself, and Jill was my producer. Then Jill had a show called Wait With Me, where she discussed, issues with losing weight and trying to get everyone together to support each other. And I had another one, Soul Reader, where I'm a empath and I did readings for people for free. So I just want to say we really do love you all. I'm Right is going to start in 9 seconds, so I will see you in a moment.
Greetings, everyone.
Greetings. I can barely hear you.
You can barely hear me? Better
I
now?
can. I don't know. Well, continue. I might have to adjust something.
Well, this show is called I'm Right,
I'm right.
and I'm Jill Cox
I'm
Cordova.
Anthony Cordova.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. I feel like, for those of you that were with me during the pre-show, I feel like I already did a show.
And it was just him. I said nothing. You didn't see me. You saw him for the first time. That's the first time during the 5-minute pre-show that you showed yourself.
And it's, and it's a funny thing. I could have gone on.
Of course. Well, I could go away if you would like.
I mean, I could have continued probably for another 10, 15 minutes about our journey because we are going away soon.
Yes.
And
this is our penultimate show, meaning next to the last show.
Ultimate. Penultimate.
Yeah.
Penultimate.
Which means next to last.
This is why I'm married to a very smart woman. Because I have never used that phrase before. Thank you, Jill. I have listed that in my notebook.
Oh, you've okay.
Yes.
All right. So this is our 320th show of I'm Right, I'm Right.
Incredible. And we became millionaires doing this show. Right?
You got jokes.
We became so wealthy that we don't have to do the show anymore. That's what happened. That's what happened.
Okay. I see you're writing fiction now, too.
That is what happened.
That is not what happened.
Well, it'd been nice if that did happen.
Well, I mean, it's still possible. We still have 300, counting tonight, 320 shows people can go back and either watch or listen to.
Yeah.
It's not all of them were on cameras. Most of them were audio only.
Yeah. But as I was saying earlier, we have several different shows. So you
Yes,
don't know. There may have been other shows might start generating some income. Who knows?
I don't think they're still available, the other shows.
They're not available?
No, only this one.
Well, we'll have to make them available.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, let's go ahead and see who's here because several people have already said they're here. So let's start with Stacy. Hi, Stacy. Stacy's here.
Hi, Stacy. And for those of you that were here for the pre-show, when I was talking about our journey, and I did mention many people that we met through doing our shows and all of that, and some people, everyone is special, but Stacy holds a special spot in our lives because the way she came to our original shows.
Yes.
And
she's always been very supportive.
Very supportive, but she was, a little shy and apprehensive in the beginning. But
well, not everybody wants to talk. Some people just
I understand that, but that she did means the world.
Absolutely,
to me.
And to me too.
So
don't leave me out. Me too.
I'm only speaking for myself.
Okay.
All right. That's all. So I really truly mean it when I say we've met a lot of people through doing our shows and everything else that we still have connection with, and there are really meaningful connections.
Absolutely. So thank you, Stacy, for being here tonight.
Thank you so much.
And we've got Denise is here.
Hi, Denise. How you doing?
And Rennie and Connie are here.
Hello. That's the Dallas crew.
Yes.
Texas crew.
The Texas crew.
The Texas crew.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
Well, we're so glad that everybody's here and letting us know you're here. You're all, as you said, you're all very special
Absolutely.
to us.
Absolutely.
So
cool.
That's amazing. The
married
couple is here. Speaking of people who've been here for us that we've met from doing the show, it's Dave and Sam, and they say or maybe you've been back and I just now realized it, but it's great to see you both.
Oh,
Well, actually,
we need to
we're
fill
getting
them in.
Yes. Eh, yeah, because it started with, I didn't put the first comment first. Yeah, you're back. And then it says, or maybe you've been back. And we've been back, but we're going away.
We didn't go anywhere. We didn't go anywhere. We just stopped Facebook.
Right.
That's what happened. We faced no more Facebook. So we never did stop. But this is next to our last show
Yes.
of I'm Right, I'm Right.
Yes. And
Now,
then we are going away.
Everyone wants to know. So
Well,
what's next? What's next?
Yeah, because no one
What are you
believes
gonna
that
do
we're just
next?
stopping and doing nothing. No one believes us.
What's next? What are you going to do next? What show?
I
what
have
this?
I
what
have
that? What's next?
I have an answer.
Okay.
Rest. We're gonna rest and relax because we're tired.
Yeah, I am tired, but what's next? Look, number one on my priority list right now for what's next is I have a 20-year-old motorcycle that I am going to ride to Key West and back. On my list, that's what's next. Okay? And I'm going to try to do it in a 7-day period. So
Only 7 days.
go
I didn't know
down
that part.
and come back. Well, that's because we were supposed to go on vacation sometime before that. So,
Still?
yeah, I don't know. I would like it to be more than 7 days.
I think it needs to be.
So I can make it more of a adventure so I
Right.
can connect to more people on my journey
Right.
on the motorcycle and I'm not in a rush.
And if you've been following I'm Right for a while, you know that in the beginning I was like, no. Just like Dave and Sam's comment. They were talking about us going away, saying no. But I was saying no to a motorcycle because in the whole time that Tony and I have been together, he's never had a motorcycle. So I just saw it as something dangerous. But I started coming around because I saw how much it meant to him. It's really the only thing that's that's been on his bucket list. And so he got a motorcycle that's what, 50 years old? And you restored it?
Oh yeah, I got one motorcycle that's it's a 1976 motorcycle and I restored it.
Yes. And I saw how much taking that motorcycle apart and putting it back together and just riding it around, the neighborhood. And it was like, that's how it sounded. But that brought him so much joy. So when he got the newer one, new to him, I really just saw how much joy it brought him. So now not only am I all for his Key West adventure, but I love riding on the back. You all probably know I love things that are, fast. I like things with speed, but, cars, boats, and now motorcycles. But I've only been on it twice. The first time we only went around our neighborhood, so not far, but it gave me such a rush. I felt free, and it was wonderful. And then this past weekend, we went on a date on it. So we went to the neighboring town, went out to eat, walked around the town, got back on the motorcycle. Oh, we went to the store too, before that on it. And
you did?
Yeah, remember we carried our helmets inside?
Yeah, that's right.
Because we didn't have a big enough lock for it yet. And so I felt like so bad, badass. I felt great. So I love the motorcycle. So I totally get why you want to do that. Because before I was like, who wants to ride a motorcycle from Atlanta to Key West? But now I totally get it.
850 miles.
Yeah.
From here to
So
there.
I get it. I totally get it now. Dave and Sam have another comment. They said, that's actually awesome for you guys. Thank you. You deserve definitely a break. Whew, boy, do we need it. But never say never about coming back. That's what you all have
Well-
said that to us. And it says, trust me, I tried to quit a couple of times now.
We know.
We did notice. We noticed that.
But we're not saying that we'll never come back, but we may not come back as I'm right, I'm right.
Right. It'll probably
It may
be something
be
entirely
Something
different.
completely different.
Yes. With either both or one of us as the host.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if it is only one of us as the host, you can
The
guarantee
other
the
one
other one will be
is
there as the producer.
yeah, and you'll hear one of us off on the side.
Yes.
Audio only, or I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah.
But it definitely will not. Well, I am thinking. I was going to say it definitely will not happen in 2026.
I agree with that.
But
maybe
who
2027. And who knows? Like
Who
you never know with
knows?
us. We're always doing something, right?
Who knows? We got all this equipment.
And we know how to use it.
We've done all types of things. We've done live in the field. We can almost do anything
Almost.
from anywhere.
Almost.
Almost. Like I said, we can almost do anything from anywhere as far as bringing a show or some content. How about that? Some content. So maybe not a regular show, but maybe some content.
I don't
Who
know.
knows? I don't know.
I don't know.
I
But
don't-
at this moment, as of what is today, the 18th, March 18th, 2026, we don't have any show in our head.
Kind of.
Kinda. Kinda.
Kind of. That's all we're gonna say.
That's all we can
Kind
say
of.
because we don't know.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
We kind of know if something pops up, what it'll be connected to, but it's kind of.
Yes. But again, this is the next to last episode. So next Wednesday will be our last one for now. And I guess that's all we can say about that. And then Dave and Sam say, well, maybe you guys need to come on our show a couple of times, especially after you take that motorcycle trip, and tell us about it.
Well, Dave, that is a good idea. No, that is actually a good idea. I'll let you know when we get closer to the trip. Maybe we can. No, I don't even want to say.
He was getting ready to produce your show right this minute.
When I get closer to the trip, I'll be in touch.
Okay. All right. Well, we should leave it at that.
We might be able to. Let me stop. What's our show about tonight?
Tonight,
Jill?
we were talking about, it seems every year some horrible dating trend comes into play, or maybe it just gets a different name, as is the case tonight. So tonight we're talking about something called Shrekking.
Shrekking.
It's part of a segment that we call
Stand by your stance.
Ooh, stand by your stance.
So Shrekking, if you didn't know,
What is shrekking?
is when you purposely date someone that you deem beneath you in some way. So if you're attractive, maybe you date someone
That's
who,
not so
who
attractive.
physically isn't as attractive or doesn't get that kind of attention that you do. Or maybe there's, the really nice person and maybe you're not so nice. Someone that you deem beneath you somehow.
Back in
which
the-
in its by itself to me is disturbing.
Back in the day, we used to call it dating down.
Yes, it's the same
Dating
thing.
down.
It's just a different word.
Now, Jill,
Yes.
we're talking about back in the day, and I hope no one holds this against me.
Uh-oh. You dated down?
Well, not exactly.
Explain.
Not exactly. Well, as many of you know, in my younger days, I used to love to dance.
You still like to dance. You just don't
Not
do it
like
as much.
like I used to, but I used to love to dance. It was like number one on my priority list. I'd love to dance, and so I used to go to clubs to dance.
Okay.
However, on occasion, might see someone that looks kind of interesting.
Attractive. Someone you're attracted to?
Yeah, kind of interesting.
Well, are we saying the same thing?
Yeah.
Are you talking about beautiful,
let's,
strange?
Let's say interesting. Just let's leave it at that.
That's too vague.
Let's leave it at that. Well, let's say there's a group of women that went out. There's 6 of them, and they're all at a table,
Okay.
and they're all, moderately attractive women.
Okay.
But then there's one
Okay.
who may not be that attractive, for whatever reason.
Okay.
Okay?
To you.
To me.
Okay.
To me. So, and again, I just want to dance. Kind of.
Okay.
Right? So when I go up to that table, I ask the least attractive woman to dance.
Because you think she doesn't get very many requests to dance?
Yes, because when she's sitting at a table with, a bunch of gorgeous women, and then she's the least attractive, she's like, oh, when a guy comes over, they're going to ask this one or that one or this one. But I would ask the one that was, that seemed to be the least attractive of the group.
And your ultimate reason for that was?
Oh, because I wanted to dance.
So could you not have done it with an attractive the person you thought was more attractive?
Yes, I could. But, they might say, I don't want to dance.
Okay.
They might.
Okay.
The likelihood.
But so could have the one that you didn't think was as
The
attractive.
likelihood that a beautiful woman will say yes to you is less than a woman that is not as attractive as the beautiful woman will say yes.
Well, then why do you think the more, in your eyes, attractive women were there? Why were they there?
Yeah, because they want to meet that dream guy, that 10.
So you didn't think you were a 10?
Oh, no. I knew I was a 10.
Then they would have said yes.
But I knew I was a 10 in my mind.
So you don't think they thought you were a 10?
Exactly.
So you thought the one that was the least attractive in your mind in the group would say yes because she might think you're a 10?
Yes. And
That's really twisted,
And the one, like I said, I don't want to be judged for this.
Okay.
But
I just judged you, but go ahead.
But when I was asked the one that was least attractive, and we would dance and we would have a good time.
And was she a good dancer?
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
That doesn't matter.
You just wanted to dance.
I just wanted to dance, right?
Okay.
Everything was great. Anyway, I won't even get into that. Had a good time. So, dance is over. Go back to the table, right?
You go back to the table with her?
Yes.
Okay.
And, thank you for the dance. I really appreciated this. Blah, blah, blah. Appreciate the dance. It's nice meeting you. And I start walking off.
Okay.
but the whole table will say, wait, where you going?
So why was the whole table suddenly interested in you?
Because I asked the least attractive woman at the table.
So her friends wanted her to get with you?
No. Then all the friends, the more attractive women, were very interested in me.
This doesn't make any sense.
That's the way it works. I'm sorry. It's the way it works. See, because they expect men to go after the most attractive woman in the group. They expect that. But then when a man doesn't do that, that sets him apart. And then when he's
So you were really doing it to get their attention?
Well, no, it was to set myself apart from every other male in the club. Because every other male would go and ask the most attractive woman at the table to dance. But no, I did not do that.
Well, what did it matter if all you wanted to do was dance? It sounds like all you wanted, that you also wanted to get with someone.
Well, not exactly. I just wanted to increase my value.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that was it.
Okay.
Because then I can have conversations with everyone, and now it's a different playing field.
Interesting.
So then I could decide, and I might realize, oh, the nicest one out of all of these women is the one I asked to dance with in the first place.
Well,
You see?
I understand what you're saying, but it seems to me, first of all, everyone has a different definition of what they think is attractive.
Yeah.
In a person. And many times, if the person's personality, if they're funny, if you just really have a good time with that person, if you feel like comfortable around that person, you can be yourself, they can be themselves. That often makes the other person more attractive.
Absolutely, I agree.
Than they were when you first
agree.
Looked at them.
I agree. But what I'm saying is, I was able to see. Because quite often I found out that the most attractive woman at the table was not someone that I had any interest in. Because maybe they were very superficial.
Yes.
Maybe
a lot of
maybe they were very materialistic.
Yes.
And that's not for me. So.
Yes. Back in my teen years, 20s, early 30s, I a lot of the pretty boys that I met were just so arrogant that they weren't pretty to me anymore. They weren't handsome.
Yeah,
anymore.
You ever realize that I get very upset
when I call you a pretty boy?
Oh, do not call me a pretty boy. I ain't no pretty boy.
How about handsome?
Well, I could be handsome, but
what's the difference?
Oh, there's a big difference. Big difference. I ain't no pretty boy. I ain't no pretty boy.
What's the difference between a pretty boy and a handsome
Well, pretty
man?
boys are pretty boys. They they want to look just perfect and all that, and they don't want to get their hands dirty. They don't want to do any dirty work. They don't want to do any hard work. They just want to, look pretty and date a pretty woman or marry a pretty woman, and then they may expect the pretty woman that they married to support them. And that is not who I am.
I haven't met a pretty boy quite like that.
I am not a pretty boy.
Okay. But handsome, you'll accept.
Yeah, I'll accept that.
Well, I haven't Shreked anyone when I was dating.
You Shrek me.
I did not.
Yes, you did.
No.
Yes, you did. That's what happened to me.
You upgraded me.
No, you Shrek me. I know what happened.
No, you upgraded me. But I
got
have
Shrek.
met people since we've been doing this show. I have come across people who thought you must have Shreked me because they didn't understand how in the world I can be with you, and they thought they had a better chance of being with you. And don't think people out there, no one in the show that's told us they're here tonight. It's none of you. But there have been people who've come to this show, and I'm sure to this day you probably think that I didn't notice that that's how you were acting. Like how does she get him? And thought that they had a better chance. So I did notice. I absolutely noticed. So did you Shrek me?
No, I definitely didn't Shrek you.
Good answer. Good answer.
I definitely did not Shrek you.
We have a question. This is from Stacy. Are you put off? She's talking to you. Are you put off by the use of boy or the word pretty?
Well,
that's a good question.
That is a very good question, Stacy. So, if I'm hanging with a bunch of guys that I know, we're friends, and he says, "Boy, you need to stop that." I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
If they said boy.
Yes. Boy, you need to stop that. No problem. That's okay.
They don't say man? Man,
Yeah,
you need
they
to
might
stop
say
that.
man too. They might say man. They might say boy. You need to stop that. That's either one. I'm fine with.
Okay.
But if they said, "Yeah, Tony, you just a pretty boy," now we got a problem. now we have a problem. If a so-called friend says that I'm a pretty boy, because they know me and they should know that I am not a pretty boy. I'm not. So to answer your question,
where does your definition of pretty boy come from?
Well, growing up, everyone knew who the pretty boys were.
That's what they outright called them.
Yes.
Okay.
So the pretty boy is the one he was too busy, he's always about his looks, his appearances, and usually to get some pretty girl to either take care of him or something else, some way that he could use women to his benefit, because he uses his looks to get the things he wants in life. So he puts all his
But can't you say the
into
same thing about handsome men?
No, handsome men are different. Some that can go from person to person. Everybody's different. Some men.
But there are some men who are pretty.
Yeah, but there are
like
some
Prince
men
was pretty. He was a pretty man.
Yeah, but he was a pretty man.
But he wasn't a pretty boy. I don't think anybody would call him a pretty boy.
No, they probably wouldn't. They probably wouldn't. But no. For certain men to be called a pretty boy is an insult.
Okay.
And some men, if you call them a pretty boy, it's a compliment.
If that's what they're about.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Well, let's get to our next segment that we call
I'm trying to help you.
Yeah, I am trying to help you, Jill.
So I think to circle back to what we were talking about before, you don't have a problem with the word boy, but you don't want to be called pretty boy. You don't like the words together.
Correct. It's a whole different meaning.
Okay.
But, we're back to Shrekking and dating down and things like that.
I think that's just horrible. I think it's horrible to think if I get someone that's not as fill in the blank as I am, that I'm going to have a better relationship with them Because the idea behind Shrekking is that you're going to have a better relationship with them because they can't get anybody else. But that's not true.
This is nothing new.
I
This is
know.
nothing new at all. I personally know people that would say things like, I don't want an attractive woman.
Because they couldn't trust her. They didn't want her to get all the attention. Why?
Because if you marry an unattractive woman, this is what they say. This is not what I believe, but this is what they say. That unattractive woman will be very loyal to you.
Not if you're a jerk.
Maybe you're not a jerk. maybe you're not a jerk. But maybe he wants someone that will be committed, in love. Like you might have a very attractive woman and maybe she thinks, ooh, I can get a man that's more attractive than the one I have. I can get a man that has more money, that's more attractive, that's more confident, that's all of these things.
But again, because beauty is in the eye of the beholder, it might be someone that someone else might think is less attractive. They can still do those things too.
They could, but there lies the problem. The grass is not always greener on the other side. So if you go just for appearances, you may not get what were looking for. So, the men that say, hey, I think what they're actually saying is, I want a real person. I don't want someone that's
But a real person can still be attractive.
No, but when they say a real person, the old phrase, I want someone that's down to earth. Down to earth. Someone that's just, a regular person. Like, for instance, one time I met this woman on a blind date. And she's a very nice woman, right? Mm-hmm. And we went out to dinner and we're talking. And she says, you know what, Tony, you're really great. You're a great guy. But there's no way we're going to have a future. And
because
my feelings didn't get hurt, by the way. So I'm like, well, why is that? She says, you're too ambitious. I said, what do you mean? She says, oh, you start all these businesses, you do this, you do that, you talk about the next one, and she's naming all of the things that I've done and all that. And I said, well, what's wrong with that? And she said, I don't want someone that's that ambitious. I want someone that has a job, they go into work, and they come home. That's it. That's all I want. That's her idea of happiness. Someone that goes to work, comes home, takes care of the household, does all of this.
there are some people who are like, I would never be with a creative person, like a musician or a writer or someone like that, because they're always out there in the public. Everybody sees them, and so they might be tempted by somebody else.
For whatever, and that's okay. My
If
feelings
that's your
were
thing.
hurt. That's all right. It's not a problem.
We have another comment from Dave and Sam. It says the thought process behind some people is that if they are with someone whom they feel is less than, and that is what we're talking about for sure, less than them, somehow, then that makes them feel that they're in control.
In control.
That they can control that person. But it still doesn't go together to me.
They might be.
Or not.
I had a friend, and I don't know how do I put this. My friend would only date. I think this is the only way I can put it. My friend would date women that were less intelligent, this is a good phrase, than him.
Or so he thought.
They usually were.
Oh, okay. Because, some people play it dumb so that you don't know how smart they
They
are.
usually were.
Okay.
Okay. Not always. But then it ended soon because they were too smart
That's what I'm
for
saying.
him. So, but the ones that he felt that were not as smart as him,
He thought he could control.
they would stay around. Okay.
And he would try to control them.
Whatever. Whatever. But my point is, Shrekking has always been around. They've
has.
given it a
It
new
has.
name. And some people do that, and it actually works for them.
If that's who the other person is looking for too. Like some people want you to tell them what to do all the time. I am not one of those people.
Yeah. So if it works for them and they can have a long, fruitful relationship, okay.
Yeah. Because several people have told you that there's no way they could be married to me.
Yeah, they have.
I know. I know they have.
And I tell them, you're right. You're not smart enough to have a wife like Jill.
But also, I'm not a person people can control. Yeah.
That's right.
I have my opinions, and I will state them for sure.
Yeah.
Yep. So again, we're just talking about this dating trend that I find disturbing, don't you? There's another one called Alpine Divorce, where whether they're married or not, they get you to go hiking with them up to like some peak and leave you there.
Bye.
I'm just like, why go through all that trouble? Why not just tell them why you're on solid ground? I don't want to be in this relationship anymore. Like to me, that's
cruel.
That's really twisted and cruel.
No, that is cruel. Especially
to
if the
take
person,
all that time to like, oh, let me take them up this hill.
Especially if the other person is not outdoorsy type person.
Like they really have no idea how to get back down. Like that's horrible to treat someone that way.
There was this movie we saw, and it was a low budget movie, but that's what this woman did. They got up way up in the mountains to go camping and stuff, and the whole time she was thinking, I need to break up with him. I need to break up with him. I need to break up with him.
But he's the one that wanted to go.
Yes, he wanted to go,
and
but
she
she's
didn't.
thinking,
she didn't want to
go. I want to
and
break up with him.
He was the one that was the outdoorsy person.
Yeah.
So she went.
She went, and she broke up with him up there, way up in the mountains while they were camping.
Well, he tried to leave her, but he got eaten by a bear.
Yeah, a bear ate him.
That's not funny, but it was at the time. Like, that's what you get. Trying to bring somebody out here,
Oh, excuse me. Yeah. Okay.
So don't do that.
Don't do that.
If you don't want to be with someone, just tell them.
Yeah.
Just tell them. That's my advice. And just because you think you're dating down or Shrekking doesn't mean that the person's still going to be who you want them to be,
Yeah. And in many cases, the person is much more than you thought they were.
Mm-hmm. In good ways.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Shall we end this show? Because we're already late.
I think so. We're over, actually.
We are over.
But heck,
seems like we've been talking longer as we get closer to the end.
This is next to the last show, so we can go over who's gonna hold it. Who's gonna complain?
Clearly, I'm not. I'm usually the timekeeper, but Kelly, it's like whatever.
All right.
So one more show to go. March 25th is the last show.
Tell all your family and friends to come and check us out even if they didn't watch the show before. But yes, remember to check out I'm Right every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time.
Well, only
I'm supposed to have...
Not really every Wednesday night. Only one more Wednesday night.
Oh, that is true. That is very true. So make sure to check us out next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, because it's going to be our last show. Are we going to do anything special?
Yes, we are.
What?
We're going to talk about UFOs. That's what we're going to do. We want to go out with something you wouldn't expect us to do. Just talk about UFOs. And how, whether you believe in it or not, it can affect your relationship. That's how we're going to go out.
Woo!
That's what we're going to do.
That is how we're going out.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Till next week, and thank you all for being here. We love that you all were here tonight. Thank you.
Yes, and we do truly love you all.
We do.
That's what we're all about, spreading some love. And, we just need to love each other.
That's right.
Quit all the rest of this nonsense.
That's
going
right.
on in the world. Yeah. All right.
All right. Bye, everybody. See you next week.
Again, love you all.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.